G'day friends, and welcome to our Casing the Catalogue for February, and it's week 3. It's vickywright, Independent Stampin' Up Demonstrator, Australia. So this month Robbie from Creations in Paper and myself are casing the same layout. Just a minute, I'll just straighten that up. I don't think it's, doesn't look straight. Casing the same layout from the current mini catalogue. So we're doing this each Sunday on our blog, so you can find all the information and the links below, and all the additional information, including the measurements, will be found on our blog, and we'll have a link to each other as well. So this week it's my turn, and this is the card that we're going to be casing. Okie dokie. So I don't know how mine's going to go. I've just grabbed a few things, and hopefully they will work out. So I decided to play with the Country Floral Lane. Might have a bit of a glare on that. So this is the paper that we're going to be playing with, okay? And this is the piece that I'm going to use, this piece. Okie dokie. And I'm teaming it up with Sweet Sorbet, Basic White, and we're going to throw in some Crumb cake. So let's get on with it. Okie dokie. So I'll just bring in my kit and all my bits and pieces. I won't need those, and we won't need those. Now I have done a little bit of prep work. So this is the piece of paper that we're going to be using. And what I'm going to do is grab our piece of Basic White, and we're going to glue that to the front of our DSP. Now, as I mentioned, all the measurements for letter size will be on my blog, and there's one there for imperial and one there for metric. So whichever one you use, you can download, print and save it if you like. I work in both, so, and everyone has one that they prefer. And if you work in letter size, Robbie has those measurements. So we've done that. Then what we're going to do is, so it looks straight, yeah. Stick this, no, we won't do that yet. We will put our elements down. So I don't have the punch or anything, or even a stamp set for this paper. I've just fussy cut the hearts from the piece of DSP that's in this pack of paper. They're pretty easy to cut around. So what we'll do, I'm just going to sort of try and straighten this up. Just bear with me. Looks better. And, well, I must have been doing this in the dark because it's not very well cut. That's done. Okay, so let's bring in our card. So this is the one we're doing. Now, you can put anything on the top here. It doesn't have to be these three elements. So it's up to you what you want to do. You could even blend a mask over the top of this if you wanted to, which is exactly what I was going to do until I sort of changed my mind at the last moment. So I'm going to put a few little stems. I'm going to add the stems, the hearts to some stems, I think. So we'll just do like that, I think. Let's see how we go. And I might do a little one just there. As I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's do that. We won't use the stems. So let's do that, and I think we'll pop these up, eh? Probably don't need as many dimensionals, but better to be safe than sorry. One. So we'll put that one up there like that. We'll put that one down there. And I think what we'll do, put that there like that. We don't need the stems, so I'll throw those out. If you're looking for the stems, wondering where I've done these, I have used the Dainty Flower dies, which is where they come from. I thought, yeah, there they are. From the dies there, there's this tiny little stem right there. It's very, very fine, but we don't need those. So then what we'll do, just straighten this up. I'm just playing for the moment. Don't really know what I'm... Let's just do that, eh? So we'll put a little bit of glue on these leaves. I always use adhesive liquid glue. You could use the Stampin' Snail, or you could use mini glue dots if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use the adhesive. I'll do these. It's a pretty quick card once you know what you're doing. That one. That one. And we'll do one more. Just there like that. We'll grab our scissors and put that there. So that's nearly the front of our card, but there's a piece here that goes across the bottom of the white, and what we're going to use is the actual red, real red and burlap ribbon combo. It actually goes with this suite. So we're gonna, I think we'll stick that across the bottom, just like that. So I'll bring that up a little bit, just like that. So we'll grab some tear and tape adhesive. Tear that off. I'm just going to roughly put that across there like that. Trim that excess off there. Then we'll grab a piece of our ribbon. Put that there. Take that across like that. Not pulling it too tight. I don't put glue on my ribbon. I find that it can ruin your ribbon and it doesn't really stick properly, especially if you're using the fine ribbon. So we'll just chop off that excess just there. Now I always put another piece across the top of tape just to make sure that I know it's secure and it's not going to come apart at the sides, just like that. Okay, then what we're going to do is add, it's got a piece of linen thread right across the top there, so we'll grab our red and we'll do exactly the same thing, I think. Just across the top there like that. No, I'm not going to do that. Do you know what I think we'll do? We'll just tie a bow. This card's really off the cuff, but sometimes it's a good idea just to go with the flow and create it as you go along. And we're just going to cut that. We'll just get a mini glue dot, just bear with me. And while I'm up, we will grab our sequence, I think. Yeah. Oops, sorry. Seem to be all thumbs today. So we'll just put a couple of glue dots on here so that it sticks down nicely. And one more for good measure. And we will just put that there like that. Puff it up a bit. And that's it. So then we'll bring in our base card of Sweet Sorbet. I always fold over to the edges so that the two edges meet, and then I bring it back, and it will score nicely down that score line. Of course, I don't have my bone folder with me. I use my thumbnail, or you could use a ruler if you wanted to. Doing it that way helps the two edges meet. Okay, so then what we're going to do is just add a little bit of glue to the back. And we'll also take off the backing on our tear and tape. Oops, whoops, whoops. We're going to layer this onto a piece of crumb cake. I have actually put in a couple of extra layers than what's on the actual card we're casing. Just like that. Bring in our Sweet Sorbet base card. Stick that down so that it's even all the way around. Just like that. Now, I don't think I'll put a sentiment on the front. We're going to put a sentiment on the inside, which I hardly ever do, but I think there's enough on the front. The sentiment they've chopped up into pieces here, but I think there's enough there. So once we add these elements, the pastel adhesive backed sequence, which go with the sweet as well, I think there'll be enough on our card. Oops, two stuck together there. And another one stuck there. Okay, so we'll just add a few of the pink ones around. One up there, one there. We'll put a little one there. Put those away. And that is basically our card. So I've got my three elements, the same as the card, but as I said, you'd have to do the same. You can just create your own background and use what you want. Okay, so we're going to finish it off by doing the inside. So we've got a piece of basic white, and I think, yeah, I've cut out a heart that was on the edge of the paper, and what we're going to do is put this down too. So we'll just decorate the inside, and I've cut out a leaf and a smaller heart, and we may as well use those two. Okay, so we'll just put that right on the edge there like that. Put that little heart up there. I'll chop the edge off, and we'll put our leaf out like that. Bring in our scissors, chop that little bit off. Oh, before we do that, we're going to do our inside. Now, because Mother's Day is coming up, in, I don't know whether it's the Pacific, but in Australia, I'm going to use a Mother's Day. Here it is, Happy Mother's Day. It's not till May, but I need to get a few done for the local shop. Okay, and we're going to do that in Mossy Meadow. Just tap, tap, tap. I always stamp off onto scrap paper first so that I know it's straight. Or you could use your stamparatus. So just bear with me. It may be out of eyesight for the moment. And that's it. Then we're going to stick this to the inside. Just like that. And of course, you've got to have a matchy-matchy envelope. So what I've done is just grabbed an excess piece of scrap of the same DSP. And then you glue. And we're just going to stick this to our envelope, just like that, and chopping off the excess DSP. And that is our card for the day. Looks a bit strange to me without a sentiment, but once you open it, that's it inside. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to trim this a little bit shorter. And that's our card. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And that's our one with case for week 3. Okay, as I mentioned, all the details will be below, the link to my blog, and you'll find the link to Robbie's blog there as well. So be sure to visit her blog and see what she's created from the same layout. Okay, thanks for joining me. It's really appreciated. And we'll see you next week. Enjoy your week. See ya. Hooray.